Problem number 2. In this particular case, we're talking about speeding up collections and delaying disbursements, which if you've listened to the lecture, you should be quite familiar with the concepts. This is, again, something that you would want to do on a personal basis where you like to collect your cash as quickly as possible and pay your bills as slowly as possible. The only difference is the magnitude of the numbers. In this case, the company has $4 million per day in cash collections or daily collections and $3 million a day in disbursements. Now, when you read the information from Sheila's Society clothing manufacturer, there is a proposal to speed up collections by 2.5 days. What that means is Sheila's bank account will go up by $10 million. So she'll have $10 million of additional cash available. $4 million a day, 2.5 days, $10 million. By also slowing down her disbursements by 1.5 days, and she pays out $3 million a day in disbursements, by slowing it down by 1.5 days, that frees up another $4.5 million. So in total, she collects $10 million sooner. She pays $4.5 million later. So she has $14.5 million. When I was head accounts payable clerk for the mine, we were going through cash flow problems. We normally pay our bills on 30 days, and we spent $1 million a week. When the company that I worked for had problems with cash flow, what they did was they told me to pay the bills in 45 days instead of 30, not to pay any interest. So that was $1 million a week. That's almost $2 million of money that we would have kept by slowing down our payments. Things got worse. The company that I work for told me to pay the bills in 60 days. So basically 4 weeks late, not to pay interest, but we would still pay our bills. We just pay them 30 days late. One of the things I remember about that was not one single supplier cut us off. They knew they were going to get their money. They knew it would just be 30 days late. Now, we only did that for large companies. We had some local suppliers who really relied on our checks to pay their employees and pay their bills. So that only applied to large companies like Esso, for example, that did not apply to, Bob or Betty's welding services. We paid those people within 30 days like we always had, so that they had monies to pay their employees, pay for their supplies, etc. So you can use it to manage your cash flow. All right. So we slow down not by 1.5 days, we slow down $1 million a week at the 4 weeks. That was $4 million. Now, in this case, this company has freed up $14.5 million of money by collecting cash quicker, by delaying payments. The interest rate is 6%. So they're going to earn $870,000 in additional interest, which is a significant amount of money. That's just the interest. Collecting cash doesn't increase your revenue. Slowing down payments doesn't increase your revenue or doesn't change your expenses. What it means is you have $14.5 million and you can earn 6% rate of return on that. So that's a significant amount of money of $870,000 of interest because you now have $14.5 million extra dollars in your bank account.